Hi everybody, it's Yazzie here. So I apologize. I was trying to get the live to work earlier, and for whatever reason it just wasn't working. For some reason when I try to do live readings they just don't work. So I'm just gonna leave it at the fact that they're just not meant for me, I guess. But I still have a reading for you, and we're gonna get that reading out to you. So as always, we're gonna start with I banish and remove all negativity, negative energies, negative entities, because they are not welcome or invited into this reading, and I ask and invite in the gods and goddesses, archangels, guardian angels, deities, entities, spirits, spiritual guides, and the spiritual team, ancestors, ascended masters, our higher selves, and the universe to be present so that we can get the message. And I ask that you all please purify and cleanse these stones, rocks, crystals, cards, bracelets, and myself so that we can get the message clearly and with clarity for the collective this evening. Please and thank you. Okay. So what I had channeled in, it was just one phrase, and the phrase was, they've finally, 1, 2, 3 as I say this, they've finally decided. So we're going to find out who has decided and what they've decided in this case. Which tarot deck are we using today? Traditional. Are we needing the Antique Anatomy? Later. Okay. We're going to use the traditional first, and I guess the Antique Anatomy will be coming through later. But let's go ahead and get it shuffled. I'm going to move the camera up a little bit because artistic. The art of the cards and the internet or the system doesn't exactly like it too much. 202 on the timer. Whoop. Okay. The first card that came out was the 9 of Cups. 211 as I say that. What else do we have? What did they decide? Who decided, rather? Well, we'll go with what did they decide first. What have they finally decided on? And then we'll ask who in a second. What did they decide? Can we get a little more? If that's all right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure, like, at the bottom, like, nothing is showing that shouldn't be. Okay. They want me to start with the 9 of Cups. Okay, so you're there. I heard wish fulfillment, but that's for the 4 of Wands, which I do see in my mind. I see the card, but you bring them satisfaction. You're the one they want, is what I heard. So it's clearly a decision about you in this case. 313 as I say that. Okay. What else have they made as far as the decision, aside from what they feel and what they know? Okay. Apparently they want me to ask about who now, and with the Antique Anatomy, so okay. Well, first let's shuffle it this way. Okay, so then who has made this decision, and then can we we'll get a little bit more on what else as far as the decision. Okay. The King of Coins is here. So the King of Coins has made a decision, and I never even showed the 9 of Cups. Sorry, 411. This is the 9 of Cups here, by the way, which is emotional satisfaction. It's some sort of, it also represents entertainment, but in this case there's a satisfaction with you, and the King of Coins is the one who has made this decision. Okay. Okay. You're everything they've ever wanted is what I heard. So somehow they see things in you that they can't seem to find or see in anybody else. And they know it. They've tried, apparently, is what I heard. So they know it as far as that goes. Okay. Ooh. This one? Okay, this one wanted to pop out. The Eight of Rods, which is the Eight of Wands, 505 traditionally, so it's coming in quickly. They're going to want to communicate this to you. They're going to want to talk to you about it. 511. Not sure how they're going to, but they're going to do it real fast here. They're tired of waiting is what I just heard. Okay. Okay. You want me to switch back to the traditional? Okay, so then let's go with the question of what prompted them to make this change. Okay, we already got one. The Ace of Swords is what came out. I heard new opportunities, but I also heard better opportunities after that. So they feel that there's better. It's not just about the opportunities with you, though. It's that they feel better partnership. They care, is what I heard. So then is this a romantic partnership, or is this something where it's more, is it more like a business? Can we get a little more clarification on that? Can we get more clarification on what type? Because it's a little muddy here. But I did have a reading about the King of Coins before, and I think he did have the Ace of Swords with him. Or the Ace of Blades, I think, is what he had with him when I used only the Antique Anatomy Tarot. So he's come up, they, in this case it's not a he, it's a they, 654. They've made this decision before. I just heard whoa, whoa, whoa. So is it a he or a they? They. Okay. Why are you saying whoa, whoa, whoa for? Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. So they've thought on this and wanted to do this for a while. So this isn't someone new, is it? Because if they've been thinking on this for a long time, then that means they've been in your life for quite some time, if that's the case. Because the Knight of Pentacles is a very, they're the slowest moving knight in the deck of all the knights. The Empress is here. You're attracting them in some way, clearly, but here, the Knight of Pentacles. But there's something about you, it's just who you are, is what I heard. Something about how you are naturally. So that's what's prompted them to make this change, to finally make this decision. They can't live without you in some way. As I look at the bottom of the deck, and of course, let me cover it up. And of course, the Devil is on the bottom of the deck, which represents obsession in some way. So they cannot live without you. There's something about you that just draws them in, of course, with the Empress here. Antique Anatomy? Okay. What are we asking about this one? What did they give up? Okay, that's a good question. What did they give up in order to come forward to you? Ooh, we have the 10 of Blades. We have the 6 of Rods, which is victory. And then we have the 7 of Rods, which is lies and deceit. Someone's betrayed them. They got tired of something someone was doing. A lot of, and the 10 of Blades is usually like, it's a backstabbing card. So someone was really, really stabbing them in a lot of ways. In more ways than one is what I heard. So they got sick of it. And so they chose to leave. It wasn't even something where they weren't they weren't necessarily pushed because 1001, as I said, that they could have easily stayed and put up with it, but they wanted their happiness, and they see happiness in you. 1011, as I said, that they want their happiness, which is why the 6 of Rods is here. That's homecoming, it's victory, it's some sort of change. And of course, we already know the 7 of Rods, someone was being deceitful to them. Can we get a little more information on that? On who, maybe, possibly? Who is it? I just heard you know. Well, who came out last time? When I had the King of Coins, the one that came out last time was a Queen of Coins, I believe, in one of my other readings. They came out together, actually. Well, what else? Okay, what was it that they were being deceitful about? Can we get a little more information on that? As the cards decide to... What was it that they were being deceitful about that actually just pushed them to actually want to make this change? This one? No. This is the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 of coins. Not enough equal give and take is what I just heard. So they felt that they were giving far, far more than they were receiving in it. Which is clearly a valid reason on why they wanted to leave. Because they feel 1203, it's unequal. As this card shows, it's mirrored energy, and that they're not receiving that. They're not getting that at all. In whatever connection they're in currently. Well, that they've decided to leave. Anyway. Anything else? Traditional tarot, and that'll be all. Okay. Can't help but notice that the 5 of Rods is at the bottom of the deck, which is conflict. 1234, as I say that. So there's clearly conflict. Can we get, aside from the 8 of Rods, clearly it's coming in quickly, but what is it that they're going to want to say? Or what are they going to say, rather? Let's go with that. Let's go with that, with the traditional tarot. What are they going to want to say, then? I just heard, I didn't know. So it could be that this person, they were in a situation where it was very manipulative. So maybe they didn't see things as clearly. What's this one? Oh, and as I say, I didn't know. Here is the 8 of Swords. There was something they didn't or couldn't see, one of the two, but usually this is one where someone is, they can easily get themselves out of it, but in this case, they didn't even see it. They didn't know. And unfortunately, they were bounded into something, where they couldn't, they couldn't seem to get out of it. And this came out sideways, was the 5 of Pentacles. So this is something where they understand the struggle now. They understand the hardships that you had to go through, because now they have had to go through it on their end, and now they get it. There's an understanding. We still didn't get the answer on whether or not this was, what kind of partnership this was. What kind of partnership is this? Like, is it platonic? Is it romantic? Is it business? It feels more romantic, but I'm curious. And I'm sure the collective is curious about it as well. Oh. Come on. You know you want to tell me. Are you sure? Oh, well, we have the Nine of Wands out here, so very passionate. So I would say that this is leaning on the romantic end of it as far as this goes, because usually the Knight of Wands is one where they're very passionate, they're very enthusiastic, they come in, very quickly. There's no, well, there is thought behind it, but in this case, because I did see the Knight of Pentacles, which is one that's a slow moving knight. This one is fast, but not as fast as the Knight of Swords. This is one where, in a way, it kind of does come from the heart, but not as much as, say, like the Knight of Cups does. So it's kind of like in between, but they feel for you, definitely. And I said earlier that they care. And there was something that, I can't remember if it was something I was watching or something I heard, but you can have love and not care for someone, you know what I mean? Because when you care about something, it's like a whole different feeling. It's a whole different emotion. It's not the same thing as like if you love something, because you can love something so much and still cause it damage. Versus when you care about something, you'll actually you'll make sure that whatever you care for or whomever you care for has whatever they need or whatever, they're wanting. 1717, as I say this, for them to be in a healthy state, in a healthy mindset. Whereas with love, there are plenty of situations where someone can love you, but they're not considerate. They're not, they're causing more stress, more harm, things like that, as opposed to someone that cares. So there is a different kind of approach from loving versus caring about someone. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Ooh, one more, but they want me to pull from the Antique Anatomy, not from the traditional. The King of Swords is on the bottom of the deck for the traditional. So they've thought about it. They've thought about this for quite some time, and they've weighed their options with the King of Swords at the bottom. One more, and that will be all. I guess they changed their mind. One more. Give me that last card, please. Here we go. The Magician. And I saw it at the bottom of the deck, too. I saw it. It was wanting to. So they've manifested very heavily. Even though they were in whatever connection they were in, you seemed to have take the forefront of their mind, which is why at one point the Devil was at the bottom of the deck. But they took the necessary steps that they needed to, whether they knew it consciously or not, in order for this to happen. But so did, the other end, their partnership, whatever they're in or with, did as well, because it seems much like the reading I did with the King of Blades yesterday, this was planned to happen. Whether you had a part to do in it or not, to have this outcome happen, it was bound to happen anyway. And this is something where they manifested for it. They wanted out is what I heard. So whoever they're involved with, or it could be multiple people, who knows, they had a feeling that something wasn't right. And 2022, as I say this, they wanted out. They didn't want to be in this anymore, which is why the Magician is here as well. So, and the Three of Coins is at the bottom of the Antique Anatomy Tarot as well. Oops. So this is something where there was collaboration with their higher self and the universe, because it was meant to happen, but also it's part of their contract is what I just heard. So it's part of whatever's going on for them to come forward to you. So it's gonna happen either way. This one's coming in a lot faster than the King of Blades I read about yesterday. Did the reading about yesterday, sorry. So be prepared. Be ready, because with that 8 of Rods there, is coming in fast. But I hope that this message gave you some clarity. I hope it helped. I apologize for how late this is. But thank you all again for joining me here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. You can book a reading on my Ko-Fi page if you are interested in getting a private or personal reading and you want to know more specifically for you. But thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!